I jumped into Technori. I had actually used to go to Technoris all the time when I was in grad school, and Seth was a friend of mine, and decided to kind of take the throne from him, if you will. And the whole focus of Technori from then till now has always been shining a light on startups and letting them get access to venture capital through a myriad of ways. It used to be on stage at an event every Tuesday of the month. We'd host about 500 or 600 people at Chase Auditorium, and 5 companies would pitch, and anyone in the audience was kind of there. A lot of venture people, a lot of accredited investors, hundreds of millions of dollars raised in these companies. Shout out today to my guy Cameo, Steven Galanis. Yep. He actually launched on our stage, June 2017, announced his $1 billion unicorn status today, the day that this is being recorded at least. And ironically, a company that I ended up acquiring a stake in and now are operational in Songfinch was on that same stage. So I'm sure we'll talk about that. But the idea behind it was that people could come and learn from companies and hear the pitch and kind of get involved, whether you wanted to work for them or you wanted to invest in them or whatever. And then I had this crazy idea of linking up with Republic. At one point I was thinking of turning Technori into a crowdfunding platform, equity crowdfunding, and met Ken from Republic and was like, you're the guy to do this. Like I'll invest in you, like rather than me do it. And so we pitched this idea to WGN Radio to turn the stage event into a radio show where anyone listening could invest via equity crowdfunding, and accredited could still invest, traditionally. That, somewhere around 50 million was invested by unaccredited equity crowdfunding. And as we turned into 2020, even before COVID, I was like, we are doing a podcast where I interview founders and people who are successful and kind of share a little bit of the journey. And I'm doing these pitch reviews where I'm listening to startups pitch. We should just do a video pod version newsletter and just like really trim it down. And so the last year, we literally just, I did one today. I interview a founder who's equity crowdfunding. I hear the pitch, I ask some questions, and I write a weekly pitch review on Substack that is the largest of its kind on Substack, that also just raised a shit ton of money. Substack at a $650 million value. And so I write this pitch review on there, and it's got 50,000 plus people who read it every week, invest in these companies. And personally, I invest in a lot of these different companies. One of these I'm wearing right now, Grit Boxing, I invested in via Republic. So that's kind of my jam, man. I talk to people like you. I talk to entrepreneurs on my pod. I talk to people like Darren Ravel and venture people. And then I interview founders and give them a platform. That's my jam.